100 million Americans face tornadoes, roof-peeling winds, and baseball hail, and Tuesday could break records. 5 straight days of violent storms, reloading every single morning, and y'all need to hear every word of this. Saturday kicks it off in West Texas. Sunday spreads across 7 states. And Monday turns into a full-on outbreak machine. Here is what has forecasters flat out losing sleep. Tuesday's setup is one of the most loaded we have seen in years. Pull up a chair. Folks, Tom is going to walk you through every dangerous day of this storm train, start to finish. We have got a lot of ground to cover, so let's dive straight in, starting with what is firing across the plains now. As we speak, a marginal risk is already firing across the south central plains, the Ozarks, and northern Oklahoma. Storms are expected this afternoon from the Texas Panhandle north through Kansas, Oklahoma, and into Missouri today. Temperatures tell the whole story. Dallas, 76 degrees. Oklahoma City, 72. Wichita, 68. All of them loaded and primed. Warm southerly winds are hauling Gulf moisture northward. As we speak, the tornado engine is already up and running. Quarter to golf ball-sized hail and 50 to 70 miles per hour wind gusts are today's main threats across the Central Plains. On top of that, a small but real spin-up tornado threat exists near northern Kansas, south of Omaha and Lincoln today. Retired mail carrier Harold in Topeka, buddy. Keep that weather radio on and know your shelter before lunch today. San Antonio and Houston, y'all are at 78 and 77 degrees today. That Gulf flow is cranking hard. Stay weather aware. All right, now let's get into Saturday, April 11th, because that is when this whole storm train shifts into high gear. Low pressure spinning up over the desert southwest will yank Gulf moisture and Pacific energy into a violent collision. Saturday's slight risk covers West Texas, Amarillo, Midland, Fort Stockton stretching into eastern New Mexico. Hail up to 2 inches across and roof-ripping winds to 70 miles per hour are the top hazards we are tracking for Saturday. Here is the kicker on Saturday. If storms cluster early, tornadoes stay low, but wind damage goes through the roof. One sneaky tornado threat worth watching is just northwest of Kansas City if a lone supercell manages to fire there. Come Saturday evening, storms cluster and push toward Oklahoma City, Wichita Falls, and the Abilene Corridor. Retired rancher Jim out in Lubbock, do yourself a solid and get those vehicles and livestock covered before noon Saturday. Saturday night, that squall line rolls east with tree-snapping winds and a low but real overnight spin-up risk. Good Lord, Saturday alone would be a big news day in any other week, but it is honestly just the warm-up act here. So buckle up, friends, because what comes after Saturday is what has everybody in the weather community on edge. I need to stop right here and be straight with y'all. Sunday through Wednesday is something genuinely rare to see. Both the European model and the American GFS are in lockstep. A major multi-day outbreak is coming together fast. Here is what is driving all of it: a powerful upper-level trough diving from the west and ejecting across the Rockies. That trough hauls 50 to 60 knot winds at mid-levels right over the most moisture-soaked atmosphere we have seen this spring. Dew points climbing into the mid-60s across the Great Plains. That is a boatload of storm fuel stacking up fast. Storm energy, what we call CAPE, hits over 1,000 joules per kilogram by Sunday and keeps climbing all week long. Above 1,000 joules, the atmosphere is really cooking. By Tuesday, we could be staring at 2,500 joules or higher. Folks, wind turning direction with altitude south at ground level. West up high creates the mesocyclone spinning engine. A mesocyclone is the rotating core of every tornado-producing supercell, and this setup is going to build plenty of them. With all that said, let's go day by day so you know exactly what is heading for your front door and when. Sunday, April 12th, the danger corridor runs from Minneapolis and Wisconsin all the way down into central Texas. Low pressure parked over the Dakotas pumps warm, unstable air into that entire corridor all day and all night Sunday. Sunday's slight risk cuts right through the heart of Oklahoma Woodward, OKC, Wichita Falls, all the way to Abilene. Late afternoon into early evening Sunday, that is your danger window when supercells try to fire along that dry line. Baseball-size hail, 70 to 80 miles per hour gusts, and a handful of spin-up tornadoes are all on the table Sunday evening, y'all. Retired Nurse Carol in Oklahoma City, honey, have that shelter plan nailed down well before Sunday afternoon gets here. Wichita to Abilene corridor, folks, Sunday is your day to watch like a hawk. No walking away from the weather radio. Mobile home residents across the southern plains Sunday, you need a sturdy building found and ready before dark. No manufactured home on earth will protect you from a direct hit burn that into your memory before this weekend arrives. Speaking of nighttime, Sunday storms will roll through after dark, so a NOAA radio beside your bed is not optional. All right, Monday, April 13th. And here is where things really start to separate from your typical spring storm day. Monday's slight risk stretches from the southern plains clear up into the upper Midwest, a massive amount of real estate. Kansas City, Des Moines, Omaha, Lincoln, Wichita, Topeka, Tulsa, y'all are all inside Monday's risk zone. Monday hinges on low pressure timing over the Rockies if that low moves fast enough. Monday becomes genuinely explosive. I am watching Minnesota, Iowa, and southern Wisconsin for the most elevated spin-up tornado threat Monday evening. Meanwhile, down in Texas and Oklahoma, Monday power line snapping winds and large hail remain the dominant concerns. Here is something that makes Monday even scarier. Missouri's ground is already waterlogged from storms earlier in April. Add Monday's heavy rain on top of that, and flash flooding is nearly guaranteed. Rivers will have nowhere left to go. Retired contractor Dave in Kansas City, get that shelter cleared out and your plan squared away before this weekend. Now, Tuesday, April 14th, and folks, this is the day I want to spend a little extra time on because it is serious. Tuesday's slight risk runs from the Great Lakes south to Dallas-Fort Worth, and it is expected to grow from there. Green Bay, Detroit, Chicago, Indianapolis, St. Louis, Des Moines. All of you are sitting inside this Tuesday. A surface low tightening near 996 millibars Tuesday afternoon drives an intense low-level jet across the upper Midwest. That jet pushing 40 to 60 knots over mid-60s dew points is textbook tornado outbreak fuel flat out. No two ways about it. Storm Prediction Center is openly discussing an upgrade to enhanced risk for Tuesday watch for that outlook drop any day. I have more confidence in Tuesday producing a significant tornado event than any other day in this entire stretch. Down south on Tuesday, large hail and bone-crushing straight-line winds dominate the Texas and Oklahoma threat zone. Retired teacher Barbara in Chicago, Tuesday and Wednesday are your two biggest watch days. Please get ahead of this now. And listen, you cannot count on your smartphone alone to wake you up overnight when a tornado warning fires for your county. ANOAA, weather radio beside the bed, is $20 and it will scream loud enough to wake you out of a dead sleep. Stepping into Wednesday, April 15th now, and would you believe it? The threat keeps right on rolling without stopping. Almost all of Missouri and Illinois lands inside the Wednesday corridor tornadoes. Hail, tree-toppling winds, all possible. Arkansas joins the party Wednesday. And if that low pressure deepens overnight Tuesday, Wednesday could be a big surprise. Ohio Valley and the Ozarks Wednesday has you in the crosshairs too for what could be a nasty, damaging wind event. Retired shop owner Frank in Des Moines, 3 straight days for you. Buddy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, no joke. Thursday might offer a short breather, keyword might, and then Friday brings the southern plains right back into it. Fact is, this pattern keeps reloading right through the end of April with no real off switch anywhere in sight. Now here is one thing folks do not talk about enough with a week like this. Storm fatigue is genuinely dangerous. When you get through Monday's storms and Tuesday rolls around again, every instinct tells you the worst is behind you. That instinct is dead wrong this week. Each day stands alone with its own danger window starting fresh every morning. Monday's hailstorm and Tuesday's tornado outbreak can come from completely different storm systems back to back. Communities barely clearing debris from Monday could easily be under a tornado warning by Tuesday supper time, no joke. Retired school principal Linda in Wichita, please check on your neighbors and elderly folks before each dangerous day. Now let me give you all the full city-by-city rundown so you know exactly which days to keep your eyes on most. Dallas and Fort Worth, nearly a full work week of severe weather from Saturday clear through Thursday. Buckle up. Oklahoma City and Tulsa Sunday, Monday. And Tuesday, back-to-back-to-back, are 3 of the most dangerous days ahead. Wichita. Kansas Sunday is your biggest day, followed hard by Monday as this whole system continues tracking northeast. Kansas City Monday through Wednesday are your watch days, with a very real overnight hail and wind threat Tuesday. Minneapolis, I know it sounds wild for mid-April, but you are genuinely inside the Sunday and Monday risk zones for real. Chicago, Tuesday and Wednesday, with an elevated tornado threat from low pressure tracking right through your backyard. St. Louis and Springfield, Missouri Tuesday and Wednesday put you squarely inside the severe weather corridor. Heads up. Memphis and Little Rock. Wednesday is your day as the whole corridor shifts east and finally rolls your direction. Nashville. You are on the eastern edge of Wednesday's threat, not the worst spot to be, but do not let your guard down. Retired veteran Roy in Fort Worth, please do not drive through flooded roads no matter how shallow that water looks. 6 inches of fast-moving water drops a grown man 2 feet, sweeps a pickup truck clean off the road. Period. Turn around, don't drown, not a slogan. It is the thing that keeps people alive when roads go underwater out there. Total rainfall over the next 10 days could stack up 2 to 4 inches across Texas, Oklahoma, and into the Midwest. With saturated ground underneath all of that rain, river flooding along the Mississippi and Missouri corridors is coming. Now flip to the other side of the country. The Southeast is bone dry and has been for weeks with no relief in sight. Virginia, the Carolinas, Georgia cannot catch a break while the Plains deals with storm after violent storm next week. Drought is expanding fast across the southern Appalachians, and now the Climate Prediction Center is flagging 90-degree heat. Hot and bone dry in the Southeast means red flag fire conditions are coming a whole separate crisis building quietly. Retired librarian Pat in Charlotte, you are bone dry and heading toward 90 degrees while the Plains is under siege. Wild how the same ridge that locks the Southeast into drought is the exact engine pumping moisture into Tornado Alley. Too much on one side, nothing on the other. One of the most lopsided weather setups this country has seen in years. Drop a comment and tell Tom where you are living. Which day of this outbreak has you most concerned for your area? And do your friends and neighbors a solid, share this video with anyone in the Plains or Midwest who needs to see it. Here is what I need from y'all. Now go over your severe weather plan today. Not the morning sirens start going off. Know where your shelter is before a tornado warning hits. Know where to park your car before that hailstorm fires up. Here is something most folks skip. Baseball-size hail at 100 miles per hour will total your car in under 30 seconds. No exaggeration. Get your vehicle under a garage, a carport, a parking structure. Do it before the storm, not when the sirens are screaming. A tornado watch means the atmosphere is primed and loaded. Use that window to nail down your shelter plan, not later. A tornado warning means one is confirmed or on radar. Move to shelter immediately. No debate, no waiting, no second guessing. Keep multiple ways to get warnings running. Phone alerts, NOAA weather radio on, a neighbor who will pound on your door. For those of y'all with parents or grandparents living alone in the Plains, please pick up the phone and check on them. Retired Postmaster Glenn in Tulsa never had a shelter plan. Don't be Glenn walking into a week like this one. Friends, if a tornado warning fires while you are driving, pull over. Get in a low ditch below road level. Cover your head. Bridges are death traps in a tornado 150 miles per hour. Wind does not care you are hiding underneath one, not even a little. Keep a go-kit stocked and ready. Water, flashlight, battery radio, charged phone, and a full tank of gas in your car. Retired farmer Earl in central Oklahoma, you have survived tough springs before, but this one needs your full attention. Meanwhile, here is the silver lining. Folks, once this clears out, high pressure rolls in and brings gorgeous weather. We have to earn that nice weather first, and y'all, that starts with having your plan locked down before Saturday. Let's burn these numbers in one final time. 100 million Americans, 5 straight violent storm days, no real break coming. Saturday fires West Texas. Sunday covers 7 states. Monday puts Minneapolis to Dallas in the same outbreak zone. Tuesday is the highest ceiling day in this entire stretch, and Wednesday keeps right on pushing east with more behind it. Don't be scared, be prepared. Tom will be right here every single day of this storm train covering it all for y'all.